That was quick.
It was quick.
Time for an introduction.
I'm Jason and Charm City Brick here in the U.S. And we have Aussie Brick Chick from
Hello.
the Down Under. And we're going to talk some Lego today.
And hang out.
And hang out. And talk more Lego and hang out some more.
Yeah. Because we never do that.
Yes. So what were your thoughts on that coaster? Taking 3 of the coasters. First of all, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's crazy money to drop.
And I can't imagine the engineering and the time, you know, putting it together, ripping it apart, putting it together, ripping it apart, when they were able to figure that out.
Unless there are a bunch of engineers. Because the loop-de-loop, you're talking about the loop-de-loop, right?
Yep.
Unless it was somebody with, like, you know, really good engineering, you know, knowledge, maybe they could have figured it out. Or maybe they could just, you know, trial and error, like you said.
Yeah. What we're talking about, if anyone wants to go, it's at the Brick Fan. It's on their website, and I think it's also on Promo Bricks. But what they did was they took 3 of the new coaster sets, of the big coaster sets, and put them together, and they actually built a loop, and it's all functioning, and it's on power functions, and it's just never stopping. It's really cool.
Yeah. I wish I had the room for a roller coaster.
Yeah, I have room for it, but I don't think I want to eat up that much real estate, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, if I get that, then I can't get like 4 other things, so. Or I have to take some stuff out, which I'm not ready to do yet, so. Space
is a premium. Well, I know that some of my friends are at a show this weekend down in Queenscliff in Victoria. And yeah, there are people with lots of roller coasters.
Yeah,
it's like the flavor of the month. Well, it'll be the flavor of the year until everyone's sick of roller coasters.
Yeah, I'm just very excited to see what all of them. It's gonna be awesome.
It will be awesome. Yeah. Is was it they've got Kale Frost. He's designed like these little food stands on Lego Ideas. And yeah, so he's built like a whole carnival sort of thing around his ideas submission. So, like, you know, instead of just being, oh, look, here's my ideas submission, vote for me, he has it in, like, this big amusement park, which is really quite impressive. I should try and find some photos to share. Hang on. Bear with me for a moment. Please hold.
Have you seen Basil Bricks? He lives actually in Australia. He's on the Perth side.
Maybe not.
Your West Coast? I have a
few friends over West Coast. Haven't heard of Basil Bricks before, but do tell.
Yeah, so Basil Bricks has he basically has a Disney theme park built. That's it. Rather than the city, he built a theme park, and you know, it has the Disney castle, but it has all these different lands in it. And one of the things I really like what he did, he took the fairground mixer and he took off the regular Lego parts, and then he used the little Star Wars microfighters.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I've seen that done a few times.
Yep. But his city is where the theme park is, it's really cool. The color is just amazing. It's just out of control.
This is Frost Bricks. Kale Frost. So those food stands at the front, that's his Lego Ideas submission there. And then he's got I think this looks like a merry-go-round. Looks like Pac-Man. Got the roller coaster, Disney castle looking thing, and a Ferris wheel. Not too bad for a start.
I think it reminds you of McDonald's or something right there when you walk in.
Yeah, it does a little. But yeah, so what he's proposing for Brickvention next year is that they, knowing that a lot of people are wanting to show off roller coasters and stuff, that they do just a massive collaboration project, set a standard, and have everyone just, plonk their sections together and make this huge amusement park. It sounds like a good idea in theory. But yeah, it'd be good if they could figure out a way of putting a fencing around the outside and a front gate with tickets and stuff like that as an addition to everyone else's stuff. That'll be interesting if they actually get that one off the ground, because I've seen some pretty good collaboration projects at Brickvention, which for anyone who hasn't heard of it, it's in Melbourne, Australia. It's the biggest show in Australia. It's been going for 12 years now, I think, if I recall rightly, because I went to their 10th anniversary in 2016. So yeah, it'll be 12 years.
Okay.
They usually Micropolis collaboration, usually some kind of classic space or Mtron or space theme collaboration, and then other smaller ones happen to that are different from year to year.
Yeah, I mean, looking at those large displays, you have lugs will put on large displays and everything, but it's kind of easy for them because they all live kind of in relative proximity to each other. But I think, and I've never done a collab, I want to do a collaboration with, a couple folks and go and meet up. I just think that's going to be kind of the ultimate challenge, because here's the theme and everyone's kind of doing their thing, and then they get to the show and that's really the first time they're seeing in person each other's work and what they've done. And then you got to get it to, blend together.
Yeah, well, so long as you set a standard, a standard is, what a standard is?
Yes.
Okay, for anyone who doesn't understand what standard means, is that you just set a bunch of rules of, that bind how the sections go together. So, with Micropolis, you have to build the bases a certain way. With Mills, you have to build the bases and the terrain certain ways. So if you're doing a massive collaboration of something that might be, retro sets or something like that, you still have to have some kind of a, okay, what are you bringing? How are we going to make this all go together?
Yeah. We're in the process of changing everything over to the Mill standard. So, and for anyone that doesn't know what that is, they can Google it, figure it out real quick. But basically, it's building up your base plates and everything, and then having Technic bricks where all of these sections will lock together easily, and you can put together a city super fast. It's a very organized way to do it. The issue with it, though, is it also can get very expensive.
Yeah, that's probably the part that makes Micropolis expensive too, is the base. But once you've invested in those pieces, you don't need to invest in them again. And you can reuse them. So
right.
From that perspective, it's once you've got it, you've got the stuff you need. Unless you're going to change, colors of your plates or whatever, in a massive way. You can reuse them. I have plans to rebuild some of my Micropolis, because some of my older stuff I look at and cringe. And I've been in such a creative slump lately. I don't know whether it's because I've been doing a lot of YouTube, a lot of videoing and photography and that sort of stuff, and dealing with, running a lug and all that entails. I've just sort of hit that creative wall, and I don't have enough room in the place that we live at the moment to properly do the things that I want to do. And then you've got, the money aspect of actually affording to buy stuff to change things. So, I'll get there.
Yeah, it's like adding foliage to a display. foliage like can like just totally make a display, but foliage is also incredibly expensive and it takes so much. It just you may have like 100 or even 1,000 like of the 5x6 leaf pieces, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna have plenty and everything, and then you get like a third the way through, and you're like, oh, I'm out.
Yeah, yeah. I've been collecting stuff for years though.
Yeah.
With greenery. Like people look at like the dinosaur display that I've got, and they're like, "Oh wow, that's so much stuff." It's like, yeah, but you're looking at like 5 years worth of collecting stuff, and adjusting, and like before we built the crates for everything to go into, we had to build everything from scratch.
Yeah.
Like that's what Haley had to do at Philly. Building everything mostly from scratch. I hope that the volcano was built, but like just greebling the terrain and stuff, because of how you're limited in packing things that are that fragile, makes it difficult. But I want to do stuff with the terrain and be a bit more complex. Like I feel like I'm building like a 6-year-old at this point in time, but that's just my inner monologue.
Yeah, no, I totally understand that. I just finished building 40 palm trees, and so basically I've got the stalks and or the trunks of them, and then I have the tops put together, and it's kind of 2 pieces. So hopefully everything moves to Brickfair okay, and then I can just pop them out and quickly assemble them.
Yeah. You have to be careful with foliage too.
Oh,
the
yeah.
way they pack it, you can break those. Leaf elements break so easily.
Right.
Bamboo, leaf elements. Grass is surprisingly very robust.
Yeah.
But you lose it.
Yeah, it's much more flexible than the more rigid pieces.
Yeah, I've lost so many pieces of bamboo. Like one little thing will break off, and then another little thing will break off, and they're held together by the tiniest little thread of plastic.
Yeah.
They look great, but they're so fragile.
Yeah.
I'm just reading what Benzie's saying. You know what you're talking about, working on a 20K mock. Oh, 20K piece.
That's a big mock. What's the style or the theme that you're going for, Benzie?
I think Benzie likes trains. He's been building trains. I don't know whether this is related to trains.
I'm working on train cars too.
That's the funny thing is that a lot of our founding members of our lug were all train rope people.
No,
there's a lot of train nuts. My brother's one of them.
You do mainly Micropolis builds, right?
Well, Micropolis is what I've most recently built, but I have the dinosaurs as well. Plus, I've helped my husband with his Minecraft stuff because I'm impatient. I get tired of him saying, "Oh, I want to do this, I want to do this," and then he doesn't follow through with it. I'm like, "Stop this! Click, 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 click." He's like a plan it to the nth degree, and then build it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just what shit have we got that I can put together and make look like something?
Now, do you ever incorporate any kind of motion into your displays?
Yeah, well, with the dinosaur display, dinosaur park. So yeah, I should probably see if I can bring up some pictures for you. With Dinosaur Park, we actually started off with the train from Toy Story back in the day, and then I built a Lego dinosaur train. So like, do you remember the tower box from a few years back that had like dinosaurs like this brick built ones?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, the T-Rex that was red. I use like the head of that and like part of the top of it as the front of the train. See if I can find you some pictures though. It's easier to explain with pictures. Don't know whether actually. Oh, if I go back far enough, I might find it. Because I take all the photos of our events for our log. Because the one time I trusted somebody else to do it, it took me 2 years to get the pictures. Because they kept on putting it off and putting it off, and eventually I forgot about it for a little while. Might be one in that. How was that? Hang on. Bear with me for a second while I find the album on Flickr. May not have taken close-up photos. But yeah, I built some train carriages to go along with it based on something similar that I'd seen a friend build. That moment where you can't remember what year you built that. You know, you've been doing Lego for a little while when the years all start sort of meshing into one another. Oh, it's a far away picture. Come on, Flickr, don't groan.
Whenever you're at shows and everything, what displays get the most, like, grabs the audience attention the quickest? The ones with motion?
Yeah. Oh, hang on. I do have a photo. Yeah, definitely. Pretty much most of the displays have motion or lights or something. Okay,
Do you guys have anyone that uses like water, like real water in a display?
I've seen that in other places. Not with the people that I Oh, sorry. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Let me put you on present. How do I do that?
You can just click on my face. That's good enough. Because there's only the two of us, so you don't see people in the bottom bar. So just click on me and hang out. There we go. So so you can see my dinosaur train.
Very cool.
So this bit here was a part of a model that was on the front of the box. There were no instructions on how to make this, by the way. So we had to sit there and look at it and figure it out by looking at, the angles of it on the box and figure out from what pieces were in the box. These are not the eyes that came with it, though. I put Mixel eyes on it because I thought it looked cooler. So this is 2014. About 4 years ago. Some things have changed. Some things are the same. Some things have moved. Trying to see if I can see a photo of the carriages. You can see there's a lot less foliage here than is in the current iteration of Dinosaur Park. I'll make an effort to show. But a lot more dinosaurs have come out since this. This was obviously before Jurassic World. So we've just got the dinosaur theme from 2012. That's where that T-Rex is from. And I had a bunch of like retro stuff. So these are like from the early 2000s. Dino Attack. There we go. So you can see got a couple of carriages. And there's actually a dinosaur tail on the back of it. So yeah, it's supposed to be like an amusement park ride type thing. And this is also when Dinosaur Park was 2 tables long instead of 2 tables deep. So it had length to it. I liked it a lot better in this way because you could see things better. You could get closer and see all the details because like I like to put a lot of stuff in my displays. Oh, that's my brother's amusement park. Yeah. There's the dinosaur, the T-Rex that people think is like Mega Bloks. It's Lego. So yeah. I feel like I build like a child, but then I look at my older things and go, oh yeah, you have made progress. Because this is just a set piece that I've edited. Like
from the original Jurassic Park series.
It's from the 2012 dinosaurs thing.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember its name exactly, but this part is all the same at the front here. But this part's been altered. There's extra bits being built, like there's an actual room being built in here, whereas it was just like a small little how would you explain it? It's kind of like a dollhouse type thing, you know how it's always open in the back. Like I built it out and made it better, so you can see there's like a little research area there, and I put in like big windows so that you can see in. But this is in the days before I lit things up, so you can sort of see it, but you sort of can't see it. Back when I had the big helicopter. And some of the older dinosaurs that don't get the light of day anymore. This is my brother's amusement parky thing. Show. Like a state fair type thing. So I don't know what he was thinking about putting a full-size haunted house in there, but yeah. It seems to be missing something. Oh, I built this. I keep reminding him that I built this, and then he made it disappear one day. Well, you know, I get frustrated when people have ideas and like they don't follow through with things. So I'm like, you need something for the show. Let me help you. And I start there with his pit of despair, which is just this big like tub of Lego, and we dumped it on a sheet on the floor, which, you know, if you're over the age of 30, sitting on the floor is not fun. And I sat there going through all the pieces and, you know, found enough stuff to build something out of. And he had some stickers from some sets that he'd parted out. And yeah, I made this like ice cream stand thing. That was fun. The thing was that I didn't have very much Lego of my own, so playing with his Lego was a liberating experience.
Yeah. Have you picked up that new creator set? The new
Which one?
The
probably the one that's not out yet.
Yeah, that one. It's out here. It's like the little pastry shop or the bakery or.
Yeah, I know the one you mean. I would like that one. I haven't seen it yet.
The modular sweet surprises. That's it.
You can see my waterfall has been around for a long time. 4 years. I think this is the first time, might have been the first time that I built this part of it, and the water was all new. Not as fancy looking as this anymore. There's so many bits have come loose along the way.
Water's hard to get right sometimes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I had a TARDIS before like the Doctor Who set came out too. So like I built myself a little TARDIS, which I still have. It's just not on the display anymore. And you've got like the 11th Doctor and River Song. I always like to have lots of, you know, minifigures and characters on my displays.
I like how you use those for that roof, the yellow roof that you have there.
Yeah, I had a lot of them because was it the Cloud Cuckoo set?
Uh-huh.
From the sun in that. Yeah, that's how many Cloud Cuckoo sets that I bought and parted. Because one of the things that I do to get pieces and afford doing Lego is I make Lego jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought a lot of those sets for the Unikitty because like everyone loves Unikitty. And so I ended up with a lot of these pieces. And I was like, what am I going to do with that? I really need to do something with that. So that roof line actually still exists. I think I might have extended it out. But it still exists. Just the bottom of it's different than that. It's built out a lot better now.
You know, I have to confess that up until just a couple months ago, whenever Lego made that, you know, showed that they're coming out with Unikitty sets, I'd never heard of Unikitty.
Did you watch the Lego movie at all?
I did, and I mean I remember it now whenever it came out, but I really didn't pay that much attention, I guess. I'm like, what the heck is that? That's weird, but
It's refreshing to be able to share things because I feel like when I share stuff like this on my channel that people have heard it before. It's nice to share it again and have it be new.
one thing I do miss are the larger palm fronds. You know, they only make the small ones now, but they made
what is with that? It's like, hang on, Lego, what the heck?
I know. The old ones, the old larger ones are just awesome. Now the smaller ones are better made. The larger ones tend to like where the two studs are, the connector onto the front tend to like, I mean, and granted, some of my palm fronds are 35 years old too, so
yeah, they do deteriorate.
Yeah.
This one's my mom's display back before she started learning how to make lots of trees. You see lots of little pine trees. They're like, yeah, like mine. Some of her stuff has changed, but some have stayed the same. Like up here, this is further across now because her display's like doubled in size since this. Level her Indians. She has an awesome collection. Like, this isn't even all of her collection on this display. Like, I swear she went crazy and bought, like, every cowboy and Indian that she could find on Bricklink, like, in the whole world.
Oh.
So she's got, like, the retro 90s sets. Plus, she's got, you know, some of the Lone Ranger stuff. Some bits from like the CMS as well.
That Gatling gun that's on that flatbed car there that came in the Lone Ranger train, it is so awesome.
Yeah.
I actually have my Lone Ranger train right here.
Well, I can't see it at the moment.
Well, parts of it. So the tent.
Now I can
attention to tent pricing.
Came up in YouTube, so now I just saw it.
What's that?
I just saw it because it just came up on YouTube. Oh goodness. Wow, this is taking me back. Just clicking through some of the stuff. So this is stuff that people made in like the build area. That's crazy. Oh, this was cool.
Yeah, the trench run.
The trench run. At the time that I saw this, I thought, oh, that's so awesome. But I've seen so much more detailed versions of this since that this looks very amateurish by comparison. But at the time, 4 years ago, this was like, wow, that's cool.
Yeah. It's amazing how far we've came in 4 years. It's amazing, like, whenever Star Wars first came out back in 99, And then looking at Star Wars today, it's crazy.
Little explosions. And the guy that built this, he's quite a talented builder too. Has the money to be able to build things. Yeah. The Game of Thrones sword. And more Star Wars. I must have really liked that display. Oh, this is all Indiana Jones stuff. I love that. That's good quality photographing, Cherie. You can't see the main characters. Vikings? Okay, where am I now? Oh, okay. That's
Pirates.
Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm also impatient and not waiting for these to load properly, so probably not helping. Oh, the internets. I attempt to photograph things poorly sometimes. This was 4 years ago. Photographing like it was new. To me, anyway. Looks like a beach scene. Harbor? No, it's a walking house. That's an interesting use of that's based on a set piece. That's yeah, it is. The I can't remember what it was called. Mountain Hut or something.
Notice down there between the legs, there's a Unikitty.
Yes.
And that was 2014.
Yeah. Yeah, this must have been not. I think this is not long after the movie came out. In Australia, at least. Oh, this is like a fantasy type thing. You got mermaids and hordes and all sorts. Oh, now in Friends. There's some Belleville in there.
Wow, that's old.
Yeah. It's like back then I wouldn't have recognized it. Now I'm like, oh, that's Belleville.
Yeah.
Like, you are such a Lego nerd. Friends. Wondering what else is in this album. Musical instruments. It's like a trip back in time. Making music. Yeah, somebody with a lot of minifigs went, I know what I can do. I can build a stage and just chuck a whole heap of minifigures down and yeah, concert. That works. It looks cool though. Looks like a painted background. Interesting. Oh, it looks laminated, actually.
I really hope in the next year or so Lego comes back out with classic like Castle or Kingdoms, whichever.
Yeah, it's a big hole in the market. Definitely. Spaceport.
Yeah, that's nice.
This was awesome. This no longer exists. This got trashed after the show.
That's a lot of brick.
Supposed to be rebuilt. You've been around. You've done Lego for a while, haven't you? Or yeah. You remember when you used to be able to go in and like create your own set and order it?
Yes.
Yeah, that is where this came from. I do not kid. Yeah, that whole thing.
Wow.
Or the bulk of it, at least. There may have been other things, like extra things added to it, but yeah, the main structure of that was all created through that. That just blows your mind, eh?
Yeah, that's wow.
An expensive way of going about it, yeah. And this guy is actually our ambassador. He was very new to Lego at the time. And this was never designed to be actually moved. So every time he had to take it to a show, it would be like, yeah, such an effort, a crazy amount of effort.
So it's not modular, it's all one piece or like a couple pieces?
I think it's like all one structure. He had to like physically pull bits off because it wasn't designed to be modular or anything. And yeah, after this show, he's like, that's it, I'm done. He like literally pulled it apart after this show with the idea of rebuilding it in a more modular design, but life stuff got in the way, and here we are 4 years later and still not being rebuilt. Like, he started rebuilding something and then he went through some personal stuff and, you know, got creative block and was self-doubting. And I'm like going, stop comparing yourself. Like, he's looking to like really, really immaculate, great builders that have been doing it for like decades, and putting himself down. It's like, seriously, have you seen what I build? And I take it around shows all the time. If you have that kind of attitude, then you'll never build anything.
Yeah.
Like, you know, people appreciate something that's on a massive scale, no matter how technically put together it is. But he had like this vision of what he wanted, and he's such a perfectionist that he never really made it happen properly. And yeah, he essentially like pushed it off a table and trashed it, which is sad because it was starting to actually look like something.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's sad that people, you know, feel like that. So this is the other side of it. It's all like open so that you can see the rooms and stuff.
And all the rooms are detailed out. That's incredible.
I don't know whether there are any other
That was like, what was that, like 10? That was at least 10 years ago whenever you could actually submit your plans, your LDD files for them to actually.
Yeah, it was a while back now.
Yeah.
I remember it because I think my husband looked at it at one point and we priced out something and he was like, nope. And it was all lit up and everything. Like, it had custom lighting all threaded through it. It was quite impressive. It was just not able to be moved. And for something that's very simply brick built too, like you can see the spots here where it's just sitting because, yeah, of how he's had to put it back together.
Yep.
Yeah, this is another part of it down the bottom.
Now,
Yes.
how long did it take him to actually, once he got all the parts and everything, how long did it take him to put that together?
I'm not sure. I would have to ask him. But I imagine it wasn't an easy task by any measure. But it's all very basic. Like, you could look at that and go, yeah, I could build that. Like, there's no like, you know, over the tops not building or modularizing or anything like that. Like, they're all pretty basic bricks. But as you know, as a large mock, you know, the size of it and the scale of it, it's impressive. He just thought that, you know, it was too much work. The kids loved it. And this is Spaceport, so like it's got Star Wars and all sorts of different, you know, sci-fi and fantasy all just mishmashed together. I love that. Now we're on to Star Wars. So this would sit beside a whole heap of Star Wars stuff. So I guess that might be why people got confused and thought it was something supposed to be Star Wars. Like, no, it's not Star Wars. Bit of a battle. Dragon. Hey, somebody must have photobombed something here. Because I don't think the dragon belongs
in the picture.
Yeah. I could be wrong. It has been a long time. This was more than 4 years ago. We're into. This is the Gold Coast. Yeah. GBC. Technic. That's a Lego Movie mock. Let's go. Where's my pants? Soundstage. Like, they're filming. Honey, where's my pants? From the Lego Movie.
Mm-hmm.
They actually put in like the actual objects from the movie. Like physical, real objects, not Lego.
Is that the Kragel?
Yeah. I think that's the Lego Kraggle. But that's the nail polish remover. Sellotape, razor, highlighter. Yeah. At Cloud Cuckoo set. Yeah, so this is based off the set I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
They've used the teeth in a different manner. The teeth are supposed to be on the sun. That was like over here or over here. That's cool. I feel like this is a trip down Cherie's memory lane.
It's the Burj Khalifa.
Hey,
have you seen the new building they're building over there in Dubai right now? I think it's called the Creek Harbor Tower.
No, I don't think I have.
And I want to say it's 350 meters taller than the Burj Khalifa. It's roughly 2/3 of a mile tall. So it's so would that be like 1350, close to 1400 meters tall.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And it dwarfs that, and that thing is huge. Now, are these your Micropolis builds?
No, I wasn't actually into Micropolis at this point. So this is like a whole show of people that I know.
Okay.
This one, the only thing that was mine is, this is Harry Potter. The only thing that was mine was the dinosaurs. Wow, this has changed a bit.
Now, will you be collecting all those new Harry Potter sets?
I'm not really into Harry Potter enough to want to buy Harry Potter Lego, but I imagine I might get suckered in. This is before she actually made people like flying through the air. And people look at this big thing and they're like, it always looks the same. Yeah, no, it's actually like taller. It's taller than that, I'm sure of it. Like what used to be like, little bits here and there and lots of plain space is now filled up. And finessed. This is all snowy now. Wow. This really shows me how much things have changed. Sorry, what were you going to say?
They keep adding to the display every year.
Yeah, constantly. They have like lighting and movement now in this one. I could be imagining it that it's bigger. It's hard to tell without seeing a side-by-side comparison. Some less than stellar photos in here. Oh, this is a big city. Wow, things have changed a lot. Not until you look back that you realize how far people have come in 4 years. It's from the constant touring and having to make things better. That's some vintage. This is one that hasn't changed a lot. This guy likes to collect fire trucks.
We have a few of those here, and it's crazy how many they have, or how many they even build. It's.
I mean, as a collection, they're cool and all, but you have to display them in a way that's interesting. Change things up from year to year. If it's just going to be a collection, like he's made an effort. You can see he's made an effort. Yeah, we have quite a lot of people who collect trains and run trains in our group. Some nice trains. Some food. It's
That's clever. I like that.
Simple but effective. Sushi. This is by the same builder. She did like a modular Friends thing with a monorail. Like, see all the buildings? She's super talented. Like, this is like something that she just like went, yeah, I'll build this.
This is one of the things I like. If you go at like looking at this picture, like down in the, let me put you on, like down in the lower right hand corner with the green on the lime green awnings over it and everything. So that's the juice bar for the Friends set back in what 2014, 2015 or something.
Yeah,
I like it because Lego does a great job giving you that facade, and then I love it whenever people, integrate it into a nice modular. That looks great. It looks like something you're going to see at a resort town.
Yeah. I love this one. Yeah, this lady doesn't really hang with our crowd anymore. She hangs with another leg. I miss her stuff. Definitely had an eye. Well, still has an eye. Like, I still see her around, but it's not the same as touring together sort of thing.
Right.
I love the colors. Oh yeah, she had a subterranean part that was like Alice in Wonderland. There's Alice. That has some really, really cool lighting, which is really hard to photograph. Oh, there we go. From a better angle. You can see Alice. So this is Alice before the CMF Alice. So people come up with ideas and make things with what they can get their hands on.
Yeah.
Mad Hatter and Tea Party. This was also theirs. Fairy tales. Ah, right. This was down the bottom of fairy tales. I had like the Princess and the Frog, Jack and Jill, lots of nursery rhymes and stuff. That's cool. But also, you know, a fairly basic terrain, like nothing overly special. This is a lot of basic bricks. Oh, this was huge. Rapunzel's tower. Ah, that was the other thing they had was Faberland. This was all motorized too. Like this went round and round, and that went round and round.
Fabuland only stuck around for what, a couple years, 2 years?
It was before my time with liking Lego. I was not into Lego as a child. Oh, this was cool. Oh, this really is a Wonder Down memory lane or amnesia lane. Toy Story. Oh, somebody did. That looks like Forest Men, but those trees look a lot Star Wars. This had a motorized waterfall.
Yeah, they've got the forestry men in those trees.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this lady had a really nice collection. I like that. What do you call it?
Hobbit.
Hobbit photo and look at this big palm leaves. More looks at the same thing. Big tree. This was the same lady. She had a Winter Village and Santa's workshop. She had a lot of stuff actually. Pirates. Yeah, this was definitely after the Lego movie came out. This is September 2014. I love the loose studs just thrown on the base piece. It's like, look, here's water.
So the Imperial flagship you have right there, I have one of those, and it's still sealed in the box. I've never built it.
That's impressive.
Yeah, now I'm kind of like I kind of want to open it and build it, but then I'm also like, well, yeah, but it's kind of worth quite a bit of money now. So,
well, it's one of those things. These are all the people that are involved.
Oh wow, big group.
Yeah, this was a pretty big show. This is before I got my my head around how to fit that many people in one photo. I'm a lot better at it these days.
And this is Q-Lug?
That was Q-Lug, yes. That was 2014. And I just went in there to show you my old dinosaur train.
Well, it was a good tour down memory lane.
Amnesia Lane, yes. Where are we? This one might show you the. This is a photo for every time that Dinosaur Park went out somewhere. So this is, hang on, talking about Amnesia Lane. This is where we started. And my brother painted the backdrop with like the volcano and stuff. And it was literally just sets and some base plates and a train. And that was it.
How long ago was this picture?
This was it says uploaded March 2016, but that's not correct. Would have been June or July 2013. So this is like 5 years ago.
Okay.
Wow. So, yeah, I didn't have an awful lot of input on this one because I wasn't really into Lego at this point. But, you know, we forayed into it anyway. I didn't actually take very many good photos of this because this was the second show that we did in 2013. So this was like November 2013. You can see that I've actually invested in some stuff. So lots of base plates. Lots of base plates. And redesigned a few things that were, you know, parts of sets, added stuff. I put pieces there from my son's crawler crane. And we've got the Toy Story train. A bunch of trees. And, you know, as many dinosaurs as I could, you know, get a hold of at that point in time. So
Now, is he still into Lego?
My son?
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of, not really, but kinda. Going until the Lego shows, I think, broke him. He's like, yeah, I don't mind Lego, but Lego shows are boring. So when the Lego movie came out, they actually approached me because I'd been in the newspaper. And the cinema saw my name, and one of the guys that worked there that was involved in the kids events organization for like movies.
Mm-hmm.
He tracked me down on Facebook and messaged me and said, would you be able to do this? And I was like, maybe. What are you after? So like they were wanting like a display to just, you know, put on show. And they were like, oh, well, you know, we'll give you some family tickets to the Lego movie. And like, we're Lego fans. We've already bought tickets.
Yeah.
And we're actually going to Brisbane. Because that's, you know, where we plan to go. So we could go shopping and stuff like that. You know, because shops here are not as exciting as the big city. And we thought, oh, you know, we'll make the trip down, blah, blah, blah. So, like, we weren't actually here with our Lego. This is, like, the most worrisome thing to put your Lego in somebody else's hands. Like, they said, oh, you know, there'll be a staff member with it at all times. And I'm thinking, oh, yeah, okay, I believe you. So, I took basically the best of what I had on the two tables that I had everything spread across, and I rebuilt stuff for this. And yeah, this pretty much turned into the basis of what the start of it became, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they took very good care of it, actually. I did tell them if they wanted to do something similar when the next Lego movie came out, and at that point we were expecting it to be a couple, you know, a year or two, not like 4.
Right.
I said, you know, yeah, I'm sure we can organize something, but yeah, I might have to get on to them again. So this was the following year. So you can see there's no waterfall or anything yet. It's looking pretty sparse compared to what it is these days. You got the dinosaur train. Should have just come into these pictures because this shows the dinosaur train really well. So that went round and round. It was motorized. And this would have been the second Gold Coast, I think. So there's a lot more greenery. First major redesign, tiled river and waterfall. New dinosaurs and greenery. Oh, look, I made notes for myself. Hey. So this was the following year. Like, this is 2015. This is 3 years ago. A little more than 3 years ago. So this is one of the first times we actually traveled away and stayed away from home. So this year we're actually going back to Bundaberg, but a different venue than this. It was peak of summer, and it was so hot and humid, and there was no air conditioning in the main part of the hall. So we're melting into little puddles.
Oh, jeez.
And then eventually the storm came over, and it cooled down for a few seconds, and then it stopped raining, and then it got absolutely horrid. The humidity was like unbearable. But you can see there's a lot more on here now. It's a lot more crowded. I'm accumulating more dinosaurs. So what does it say? This is the last time it was like 2 tables end to end. Wide variety of dinosaurs, and the theme park section now has kiosks. So down in this section here, I've got the little like kiosks for food and stuff. This was done for a fundraiser for the local scout group that my son was had dealings with, like was a scout at. So this is where we built the electric fence. And the front gate to the theme park here. And oh yeah, this is when we built the crates for it. I think this is the first outing for the crates, might have been. Testing them and making sure they travel well before we went further afield. So these are sitting on doors. The displays are sitting on doors, and we've got material pinned across the front, so you can't see what's underneath the tables.
Mm-hmm.
And the train is actually going under the back table. And here we go, we're different again, slightly. This is at Townsville, so this is the first time we went really far away. These had to travel most of the length of the state. So we're back to one table in front of the other. Waterfall's different. This is much different from the previous picture. This picture must have come before the other one.
Now, do you ever have any issues transporting all that?
No, these transport in custom crates.
Oh, so you ship it?
They get transported in a truck that the event management company hires.
Okay.
Not very much difference, but yeah. From show to show, usually there's there's extra minifigs, different dinosaurs. I was always collecting leaves and grass and bamboo and all sorts of things to make more stuff.
Right.
What do we got in this? Oh, the fence has changed orientation. So instead of being across the front, it's across the side. You've got this new building, which is based off the police set from that time, 2016. And I built it out, made it different, obviously, but started with that as like a base to build off. And yeah, you've got like the Jurassic World dinosaurs, you've got Doctor Who. A lot of the buildings have changed over the years too.
Do you have the most recent police set?
No, I don't think so.
So one thing that kind of annoys me that Lego, and I find them doing this a lot anymore, and I mean, I can make an excuse of why they do it, but I also make excuses why they do it on purpose to save money.
Yeah.
rather than giving you like say a 1x2 brick
Mm.
that is going to go over the window, they give you a 1x2 white panel. And I'm like, I would rather have the brick. I mean, structurally, it doesn't really do anything. So I get that. And so I think they're just being cheap in giving you the 1x2 panel because it's less plastic. But
yeah, I noticed that with. Okay, I'm going to stop boring everyone with showing 2 million photos of my things. I feel like I'm bragging. Maybe one more thing. I'll show the most recent show, just to give you a feel for how different things are now. So this is probably one of our newest members that have joined. But her husband, this guy over here, he built like the massive like medieval castle theme thing. So like she's had the benefit of his direction, but she actually designed this. It's
Scarif.
Battle of Scarif. Yeah. See, you could recognize what it was. This is like a Monster Fighters type theme called Monster Village. So it has a lot of has Harry Potter stuff in it, Monster Fighter stuff in it, just general monster theme CMS stuff. Yeah, so got the idea. Hello. Husband just got home from work. Seem to have taken a lot of photos of that one. Okay, Minecraft. This is husband's one. He likes Minecraft. Our son helps to place all the characters in the scenes. So it's always different, which is cool. This was very hard to photograph. Well, lighting was shocking in this venue.
And this is still your display?
Yeah. Actually, I might go back to the album so we can try and see if I can find a. I think. I'm trying to find an overview picture to give you an idea. Here's Joe. Joe and his photos. So proud of Joe. They turned out really well as prints.
Yeah, his action shots are just awesome.
He is so modest, it's not funny. Yeah, I've got a bunch of overview photos here. Might be easier. Here we go. That's what the Minecraft looks like. So you got overworld, you've got mine section, you've got the
Nether.
The end and the nether at the back. So these bits here are the village from the set, but you know, he's artfully arranged them. But everything else is mocked.
That's a lot of dark red brick back there.
It is. Thank you, Lugbook.
Yes.
The upside of being in a smaller group of people doing lug bulk is that you get some say in what you do. Yes.
Yeah, the way we do it is we have everyone basically put down basically turn in like 10 elements, right? And then we put them all in a spreadsheet and we look to see like if anyone's and basically if like I want this element and you want the same element and everything.
Yeah.
And just kind of like the top 80 elements that gets chosen.
Yeah.
And then, you know, if you're doing like a mega build and you're like, hey, I need 10,000 of this piece. So, you know.
Yeah. So this is my mom's Western. So there's like 4 6-foot tables to put in perspective. That's freaking huge.
I like the posters.
Oh yeah, yeah. She's quite the collector. She's even got Duplo Western sets here at the front here too, which are really cool. But my mum looks at her display and she goes, "Oh, that's just crap. It's not good enough." And I'm like, "Oh my god,
It's pretty awesome.
for reals." It's very awesome. And, like, I don't think she hears it enough.
I wonder if you'll see much more of those Cyclone roller coasters. I kind of feel sorry for that company now because
Legos come and stomp, stomp, stomp. Oh, look, there'll always be people that'll buy things that are not Lego.
yeah.
This is my dad's. So, like, he's got this is like an open cut quarry. Because he used to work in quarries.
Mm-hmm.
And it has like this Technic machine, which is supposed to be like a screening plant. It screens like the soil and the rocks and stuff. So,
Now, you did a YouTube video where you interviewed your dad, right, on this?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember watching that.
So yeah, it all moves, and if you put like a piece of Lego at the top of it, it moves it all the way down to the bottom. It's quite clever. The guys that do the GBC are like, "Oh, you know that you've essentially made the GBC type module there. When are you going to make GBC?" And he's like, "Oh, maybe one day."
Maybe never.
Yes. Oh, this was really cool. One of the guys in our group made this Lego game called Knights to Kings. And it's made up of all these little modular sections that you create the game landscape. And then you play on it. You know, you roll the dice, you move your characters, you capture certain objects, and yeah, it's a pretty complex game. I look forward to one day actually playing it. He was playing a basic version of the game with some of the kids at the show on the Sunday, which was cool. What else can I show that's cool? This is probably, yeah. I'm sure that looks a little tiny bit bigger, but maybe I'm imagining things.
No, you're right. If you went back to look at those other pictures, the roof last time was like level with, or the bottom of the roof on the tall tower was actually level with the top of the roof on the regular Great Hall.
I'm not imagining things, am I?
No, not. It looks like it's probably grown about, I don't know, probably 14, 16 studs taller.
Yeah. So, you know, things have definitely changed over the years. And like, having looked at the 2014 photos and then looking at what it is now, I can appreciate how much has actually changed. Quite impressive. She's actually pulling that down at the moment and rebuilding stuff to make it a bit more easier to move, because this is yet another build that was never really designed to be moved.
Right.
This was one of my favorite ones. This was strange. Hang on, I'm waiting for it to actually finish loading. Are you ever going to finish loading? Come on, I know you're clearer than that picture. There we go. Hooray. The Strange Journey of Dr. Picasso. I knew that, but I just was doubting myself. It was like he's got all these weird and wacky like concepts all thrown into one display. I love it. Like, this is right up my alley. Like, he's even got Lady Rainicorn up here from Adventure Time. You've got the flying Lou from concept from I think this is the Flushing something. Something that was in the Lego movie. That kind of concept of a cobbled together
spaceship
build. Yeah. And there's just so much randomness. Like, there's puppies walking up this skyscraper, and the skyscrapers look like cartoons, and you've got an ice cream farm, and you know, there's this weird pink goo coming out of this mountain. You've got a velociraptor chasing down a hot dog man that's, you know, pooping hot dogs, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, there's just there's so much to see on this one. Like, I did do a tour, I just haven't actually edited it yet. That will be fun. What else do we have? Oh, it was the Disney, like a Main Street, and a horse-drawn tram type thing. This was pretty cool. It's obvious that, you know, the castle is supposed to be like the main focal point, but the thing that let this down was that everything was open at the back, which I think detracted from it when you were seeing it from the side. And also the monorail was pretty low, so it made it difficult to photograph some of the elements correctly. But other than that, it was quite impressive.
Actually, that's a lot of money right there in that track and the.
Oh yes, definitely. Hey, can
you click on that Ferris wheel?
Which Ferris wheel? That one?
No.
That one? No, is it one back? Hang on. Let me go back. Oh, Ferris wheel. Where? Oh, the big one.
Yeah, that one.
That is freaking huge. That is taller than a human being standing next to it, with it being on the table. So it's all Technic, and it moves very slowly. But it doesn't travel very well, and the Technic pieces do have a habit of wiring, like they do in GBC modules.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have some catastrophic failures with that. It's awesome though. This is a giant drop, so it drags it up and then it lets it go. Over and over. Okay. Holy photos. Let me know if anything catches your eye.
All right.
We've got like a city here. That's by my friend Bill. Billza. He's sometimes on my streams. There's a close up of the Velociraptor and the hot dog man. Some Main Street stuff. The game in use. Yeah, some Harry Potter.
I wonder where she got all those Harry Potter roof pieces, because there's only one of those came in one of those sets, right?
Yeah. Do you think maybe she bought a lot of those sets?
She would have had to buy a lot of sets or a lot of money on Bricklink.
Yeah, probably a lot of money on Bricklink would be my bet. I'm pretty sure she's excited for the new sets, even if the roofs are in a different color.
Yeah. Do you think that the new direct-to-consumer set coming out, that's a Harry Potter one, they haven't revealed it yet. Do you think it's going to be like some kind of mega Diagon Alley or like a large castle?
I don't know.
I'll be happy with either one of those choices, but
yeah. I would hope that it'd be more of like more of a part of the castle. So I don't know whether they do Diagon Alley again.
If they do, the resellers are going to hate them.
Oh yeah, they seem to be really hating on the resellers lately with all the re-releases and stuff.
Yeah, well, they know that they can cash in because, I mean, there's a whole generation now, I mean, of folks that they can market to these same products again.
Mm-hmm.
So they can make another round of, money off that stuff.
Yeah. You're saying about Castle. This is probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's
this is Damien Hines. He's quite a talented builder. Very modest, but quite talented. So that's just like one section of it. Come on, computer. Don't tell me everything's going to crash now. Oh, what happened? Everything's having a hissy fit now. Where was I? Oh, yes. Siege engines. It's doing that weird thing again.
There's a guy on Instagram. I think it's Lego Warlord or Warlord Lego or let me find it. But he does medieval castle builds. But like in some of his shots, there's like 3,000 minifigs in one of them. It's insane.
There's a lot of minifigs in this one. Like this guy hoards all the kingdom's troops like crazy, but he does some pretty awesome stuff with it. Like even like his rock work has come a long way. Like that's pretty cool. And then this guy, he's about to get shot. Whee! And the dragon. This is actually part of a bigger display, but he was refurbishing the part that has the baddie guys, like the evil red army, red and black army. So it only has like the dragon from that. It's definitely got a lot of soldiers, knights. I love the dragons. The dragons are cool.
Yeah.
Dragons, they're up there with dinosaurs on the coolness factor. But yeah, the height of this, like the guy that built this is quite tall, and this is as tall as him when it's on the table. There's like a village part. Yeah, you can see it a bit better now. This is all like behind the walls. And like all the details, like he's got stained glass windows in that castle.
Yeah.
There.
If you use that's a lot of work.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I've had people come up to me like they'd seen pictures of this and they felt intimidated about coming in and building things for our shows because the standard is quite high. But you're looking at, some people have been doing this for like years and years.
Yeah.
And, like this display, this one here, started out a lot more simpler and just got, more and more added to it. Oh, God, not that photo. This is the crazy people that I hang out with when it finally actually clears. I think my internet has had enough of looking in Flickr. So, yes, definitely doing a lot better with photos, although this kid got nearly out of shot. Okay, I think that's enough show and tell. How do I turn the screen sharing off? Turn it off! There we go. Yay! I was like, there's my show and tell for you.
Awesome. Well, I'll let you go. I know it's getting late over there, so
It's only 10:30, but if you're bored, that's okay. I was hoping more people would come and join us, but I guess this is why I do Friday nights instead of Saturday nights, because people have lives and things to do on Saturday nights, apparently.
People has lives outside of Lego. What?
Yeah, I know. It seems like a very foreign concept. No, well, two of my friends that I usually can depend on quite heavily are actually at a show this weekend, so that's 2 people down the pool of potentials, and everyone else is either got plans or yeah, never mind. It's been fun showing and telling, though. I hope I haven't bored you.
Yes, I love going through pictures. That's where you get tons of new ideas.
Yes, well, if you ever want to be inspired, just check out my Flickr sometime, because I've got pretty much every photo I've taken from every show since 2014, I think, is when I started doing all the photography. I did a little bit at our first show. That was a long time ago.
So you've
Anyway,
been doing shows now for 4 or 5 years?
this is our 5th year, I think. Yeah, we started 2013. Yeah, our group sort of formed late 2012, early 2013. Most of us have been together the whole time. So.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah,
we have
after Brick Fair, we have a huge show coming up at November. It's actually over Thanksgiving, Black Friday, all that time. So
yeah. You're saying we should leave, and then somebody comes in, MT Customs. Hello, man.
Yeah, he's from Baltimore.
Oh, there you go. We're just getting to the time when the people in the USA are actually waking up and thinking about their day.
Yeah.
You keep some very early hours sometimes.
Yeah, I usually get up about 3 a.m. and between 3 and 4, and then I go in, or I get called in, or
See, we got a day off today.
Yes.
Oh.
So gonna go to the grocery store here in a little bit and get that out of the way so I can spend pretty much all day building.
That sounds like fun. I've told you all about me. What about you? What do you like building?
I love, right now I have my city completely ripped apart, and I'm in the process of saran wrapping and boxing stuff up for Brick Fair just so I can get it out of my way, and then really finishing up on trees. Tree building takes forever, but you have to have hundreds of them for it to look right.
Yep, I know.
So I'm gonna try and knock that out this weekend and get it completely. That way I can get that mess put away, get all the containers put away, and get those packaged up. And then my tables, where I kind of just here and there, I'm building a Chinatown type Ninjago City type display.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm hanging out for we've ordered the Ninjago docks through event support. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that coming. I like discounted Lego.
Who doesn't?
Otherwise, couldn't afford them.
Yeah, I know. I just picked up a bunch of the Jurassic Park sets. They went 20% off here at Walmart.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep. So I picked up a few of them just because I really like them, but then, and I have a feeling, so the movie's coming out soon, and so I don't know if it's maybe they're just going to do it for the week, or maybe that's permanent now. I don't know.
Well, one of my friends over in the UK says she's already seen the movie. I'm like, is it out already?
I don't think it's came out here yet. But of course, over in Europe, they get everything before us. So
yeah, that's not out of the ordinary.
I ordered the Lego or the Ninjago City docks. I ordered those off Bricklink, and actually, they're they're for sale $50 cheaper on Bricklink than they are going to be at our at the Lego store here.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it comes out June 21st here.
Maybe it was like an early viewing or something. I don't know. She's a super dinosaur fan, so I imagine if there's an early release of something somewhere, she'd be right on it. But I'm looking forward to seeing the movie. Are you going to go see it?
Yeah. I'm a big Chris Pratt fan, so I think it'll be fun. He's very lively in everything he plays in, so.
Oh, yeah. Oh, speaking of Chris Pratt, are you looking forward to the new Lego movie?
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, he is in that as well, right?
Hmm?
He's in that too, correct?
Yes, he's the voice of Emmett. Yeah, it seems people are divided. They either like really love it and they're pumped for the new movie, or they're like, because we've had the Batman movie, which was like, it had, you either loved it or hated it. Like, I was not a fan of the Batman movie, but I'm not a fan of Batman, so.
I'm not either. And
I'm certainly not a fan of the Lego version of Batman. He is so conceited and full of himself and me, it's all about me.
Right.
I just can't stand that kind of personality, so it was very hard for me to connect to that movie and be like, yay, Batman movie. The best bit was probably the stuff in the credits.
There was nothing.
Did you see it at all?
What's that?
Have you seen it at all?
I have, and I barely made it through it, but I did make it all the way through it. It was. I never want to go through it again, though.
Well, yeah, the credits was the best part because A, the movie was over, and B, like, that was the most interesting part of the movie.
Yeah.
All the like the singing and dancing in the credits at the end of the movie was other than that, the rest of the movie was just like
And the other thing is, like, even the Batman sets, the Batman movie sets, those are still on deep discounts over here. You can find them 40-50% off and no one's buying them. Like,
because they're overpriced.
Well, they're still overpriced, but they're crappy parts. I mean, just even for like part wise, it's like you get one of like 500 parts.
Yeah, there's too many vehicles is one of the problems.
Yeah. And what do you do with all those wheels? Nothing.
I mean, have you seen like the loose stuff that you get like in event support?
Yeah.
There's always a bajillion tires.
That's what these are being made from.
There's like a bajillion tires and or rims, but none of them seem to match.
Yeah.
So like you're like stuck with all this random crap, and you're like, oh, do I just give this out to people knowing that they're not going to use it for anything, or do I hold on to it in the hope that I find rims that match it and then give them away? Yeah, I remember we got some the Batman. What is it? Can't remember which vehicle it was. It was one with the gold rims. Was that the lowrider?
The lowrider, yep.
Yeah, we got a lot of like those rims and those tires, and like none of the rest of anything. Just the rims and the tires.
So the rims aren't bad. I actually ordered a bunch of those rims off Bricklink.
I can see uses for the rims for other things, but not a tire.
Yeah, the tires are worthless. But the rims, what I actually am using those for are columns, like in support columns on my new large hotel that I'll take to Brick Fair.
That is a good use for
it. So just
so was not a fan of the Batman movie. I refused to go see it in the cinema because I saw the trailer and no, I'm not wasting my money going to see that. I waited for it to come out in ways that I was already paying money to access.
Right. It came out on HBO here, so we watched it for free, thank God.
Yeah, I can't remember where it came out. It might have been Netflix or something. So watched it there instead, and I was like, oh, I'm so glad I didn't pay money to go see this. But the Ninjago movie went and saw in the cinema, and I loved it.
Yeah.
I think the people who dislike it fall into two camps. They're either the diehard fans who go, this isn't canon, it's wrong. That voice isn't even the voice actor for that character. No.
I bought it.
You got it wrong.
Yeah. I liked it. I like the scenery. I like the setting. I like the jokes. I thought it was fun. I bought it.
Yeah. Or you get people who just took it way too seriously. Or they didn't pay attention to the framing device of the whole thing is like right in those very first scenes with Jackie Chan and the kid in the shop.
Yep.
It's like the first thing Jackie Chan says is forget everything you think you know about ninjas. And that's his way of saying forget everything you know about Ninjago. This is not canon to the series.
Yeah.
Just suspend your disbelief. This is a make-believe world that is based on the same sort of characters, but things won't be exactly the same.
It's almost two completely different Ninjago, really. I mean, if you look at like even from the sets to everything, it's just it's really just two different Ninjagos.
Oh, yeah. And then you had people who are like, oh, it's not in the style of the Lego movie because they used real-world elements as well. But it's not like that wasn't, like, there wasn't a precedent for it. There were real-world objects in the original Lego movie.
Right.
Like the nail polish remover, the Q-tip, the battery. It wasn't unprecedented, but people were just like, this is different, I don't like it. Can't have that.
Yeah, I heard complaints on people like talking about like the foliage and everything because it was like real plants instead of like Lego foliage. But that's so trivial for me, I don't care.
Yeah. I was talking to somebody today who was saying that he had actually heard some of the original storyline, like right in the beginning of the storyboarding for the Ninjago movie, and he said that the original concept was that it was a story about two kids playing in the backyard, but obviously you're seeing it from the minifigure's perspective rather than the kid's perspective, and that they're like playing outside, which is why all these real world elements are part of the scenery, because it is the scenery of where they're playing.
Right.
So if you look at it from that perspective, it makes sense. I just like let go of any preconceived notions of what the movie was going to be like and just let myself be taken for a ride on if you take things too seriously, you're not going to enjoy it.
Right. Yeah. And at the end of the day, it's still better than the Batman movie any day. So.
Oh yeah. Like I'm not a Ninjago fan, but after seeing that movie, I actually wanted the Destiny's Bounty, and that's like one of the expensive sets.
Yeah.
I wanted the Ninjago City, one of the expensive sets. So well done, Lego. You marketed to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to get the docs.
Out of any of the movie sets, everyone needs to have a Destiny's Bounty. That the build is amazing. It's model quality. It is a beautiful set.
It drove me nuts because I cannot follow instructions. I built that on an AP stream, like an 8-hour build session thing, and let's just say that I didn't get very far into it before I started mirroring the build the wrong way, and you can't do that. No, because I looked at it and it's like, oh, can I just leave it like that? Oh, no, you can't. Oh, whoops. I'm going to have to unbuild it. I'm like, husband, help.
Yeah, like something else I have is like right here, Manta Ray bombers.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, this is a cool little set.
That is a cool set. I'll admit I didn't really get very much of the other sets. I got that little set, the one with the street scene and the fishmonger.
Yeah, with the police cart.
With the little tuk-tuk. That was a really cool little set. And it was quite reasonably priced, even in Australian money.
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad. It was like $19, and I thought that was reasonable for all the bits.
Yeah. Every one of the sets I think were awesome. I had no complaints on any of the sets, and the part, you know, the part to piece or piece to price ratio on them was great.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I suppose it was their own license too, so they weren't paying extra for that.
Yeah, unlike the new Arctic sets, though, the new Arctic sets, they so like, you know, the big one is like, it's like 780 pieces and $120 here.
Oh, that's not too bad.
I'm like,
have you seen the movie Ice Age?
Yeah.
I look at the Arctic sets and I see the animals and I'm like, oh my god, they've Lego'd Ice Age.
Yeah.
You got the woolly mammoth, you've got the saber-toothed tiger, and you've got the little ratty scrap
that mouse thing.
Yeah. I looked at it and went, oh my god, it's Ice Age.
Yep, I was gonna try and buy. I went to Bricks and Pieces because I wanted to get some more mammoths, because for this display we're doing this fall and everything, I just wanted to have a herd of mammoths like walking across an ice plain, but they're not selling them individually.
Of course not, because it's an expensive set. They want you to buy the expensive set.
Yeah, that's not happening.
The only way that you'll get it is by buying it off Bricklink, off people, and paying a premium because they're getting stuck with all the other pieces.
Yeah, I haven't seen them pop up on Bricklink yet, but my bet is when they do pop up on there, they're probably gonna be like $50-$60 at least starting out.
Yeah, I would expect that, considering how expensive elephants are.
Yeah, exactly. Because the elephants are just, I would like to have, I don't have any elephants. I'd be kind of crazy. I got a ton of camels and a ton of ostriches and a ton of the cats and everything, but
do you have a goat?
I've got 2 goats.
Ooh.
Yes, that's out of the Kingdoms, the barn scene set.
One set.
Yep. I have that set built. Hang on a second.
I was like, Lego, make more goats, and while you're at it, give us some sheep. They're not Minecraft or Friends, because we don't count Friends.
Yes, that is the only set the goats are in.
Yes, I know that because my brother has the goats. He's like, these are super rare. They only come in one set. Like, oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I'd really like to see Castle Kingdoms come out again. That would be awesome.
You and a lot of people. It'd be nice if they do like space again that's not like NASA. Like something that's like fantasy space.
Right, like classic space or Space Police or any of those other themes, those spin-off themes they did.
Yeah, I think that the UFO one was a bit of a flop though.
Yeah.
But the other themes were pretty cool. Space Police was all right. But yeah, I know everyone would love classic space to make it come back in a proper way, not in a Benny's spaceship way.
Right.
I do own, by the way, it's like right there. Covered in dust because like I'm so tired of dusting it off.
Yeah.
Dust and me are not friends. It makes me very itchy. So it's easier to just leave the dust sit.
Now, do you have like a paintbrush handy?
Sorry, you're breaking up on me. Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Do you have a paintbrush handy?
Oh, yeah. I know that I can brush it off with a paintbrush, but I still end up with it on me.
Yeah. The best thing I do is like get the vacuum cleaner going and then use the paintbrush and then just suck it up as it goes flying. And then I also have an attachment on the vacuum. It's like a card detailing kit piece.
Oh, yeah.
It has like a tiny little bristle head, so it works out great.
Yeah, I'd be tempted to do something like that, but F it. Have you seen how much Lego I have just sitting on shelves? This is only part of it.
Yeah.
There's more over this side. Like all the minifigures are in cases and stuff to keep them away from dust, but the bigger models, no. We live on like a main road too, so there's always like really the nastiest kind of dust. One day, things will get dusted off properly. But, you know.
But not this.
As long as you don't look at them too hard, it's all good. I'm jealous of all your little drawers of organized Lego in your background.
Oh, well, thank you. It actually goes, let me see my finger here. It actually goes more that way and wraps around.
Oh, cool. I wish I was that organized now. If I was that organized, I probably would never build anything. Because that's just not the way my brain is wired. My husband, on the other hand, would be like, woo!
It makes building way faster. You can, I mean, it's like, it's crazy like how fast you can build whenever.
Oh,
like,
I bet it does, but I don't think of like the way that I build. I don't think of Lego as a like a practical. This piece does this and this piece does that. I look at what pieces I have and try and figure out what I can do with them, rather than the other way around. Figure out what I want to do and then find the pieces. So having organized stuff doesn't always work. Like sometimes it works. Like you know. If you're in the groove and you started something, you've been inspired to start something, and then you know, okay, I need this kind of piece, I need that kind of piece. Then I curse my lack of organization. But for the most part, I enjoy the challenge of just building with what I can see in front of me. It's a case of if I can't see it, that piece doesn't exist, and I end up ordering it off Bricklink, and I already have like 50 of it.
Well, you need to work in the Jedi archives and be like, you know, well, if it's not in the Jedi archives, then it doesn't exist. But that's also like an interesting challenge too. Like some things I have the best intention too. I'm like, you know, I'm going to build this project and I'm only going to use the parts I have. I'm not buying a single part.
That is really hard.
It's very hard because I don't think I've ever done that. I don't think I've ever succeeded in doing that. I've
been forced to do that out of necessity. So
no, probably just out of.
No, I'm saying I've been forced to do that out of necessity. the lack of funds to buy things because adulting and being a parent and stuff.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have a lot more disposable income.
Yeah, it makes it easier in Lego, especially.
Yeah. Someday my son will grow up and move out of home and not need to need us anymore, hopefully. then I will get to spend more of my own money on myself instead of high school books and uniforms and laptops. Oh my god, why do kids need laptops these days?
I have no idea. We grew up and turned out just fine without them, so I don't get it. But
I know, and like this year he's like in year 9. I don't know what the equivalent is over in the US. He's like 14 and a half.
Yeah, so he's like a freshman here.
Yeah, so like this is the first year that they're like properly using the laptops that they said that everyone had to get in grade 7. And he, you know, barely used it for like 2 years, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh, now you need it for this and this and this and this, and of course his laptop dies.
Of course.
I'm like,
I mean, any technology today, they only build the technology to last like a year or two at the most. But the thing is, as soon as you buy technology, it's like out of date in a month. You need software upgrades, you need this, you need that, and then magically nothing really works well with the next release. So you got to buy the new one.
Yeah. I can tell you, I cried on the inside at all the other things I could have spent that money on.
I know. You look at your son and you're just like, you know how much Lego I could have got for that?
No, not quite like that. No, but you know, if things would work longer, you know, could have spent it on something more exciting than a new laptop. But you know, you get that adulting.
We have some members in our lug and everything, and their son just graduated high school and he's going into the Marine Corps, so he's leaving and everything. And she went in there with a tape measure in his room and started measuring. And he's like, "Mom, what are you doing?" And she said, "Oh, I'm getting some measurements so I can figure out how big of tables I can buy." And he's like, "Why are you buying tables for my room?" And she said, "Oh, well, this is going to be my new Lego room. I'm going to move all your stuff out to the garage." She was totally kidding him, but it's like, but I don't know. He was just kind of like, "Are you serious?
Oh, it's my bedroom."
It was pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. I miss when we lived in a big enough house to actually have more than enough room to build and you know, have stuff. And we had a lot less Lego back then. So it's kind of sad.
Now, in Australia, is it kind of like, I know here in America, they build like just big houses, just everything is just, I mean, honestly, we actually don't live in that big of a house for the area we live in. And I like it because it's just, I don't want to have one of those monster homes because it's just more to clean. It's more to furnish. It's more to clean. It's more to take care of. It's more to break. It's more everything.
Well, okay. We used to live in a house. It was all low set. It had 2 living areas. It had, was it 3 or 4 bedrooms? I'm trying to remember now. I think it was 4 bedrooms. And, you know, all the rooms were a reasonable size. It had a nice, big, open, modern kitchen and dining area. And, you know, it was a lovely house. Like, you know, it wasn't that overly old. Whereas this place was built in, like, the late 90s. It's a townhouse, so it's upstairs, downstairs, and it's, like, tiny by comparison. The rooms are smaller. The living space, there's only 1 living space and it's a lot smaller. But that said, in my lifetime, I've lived in much worse places. But yeah, our garage area doesn't garage the car. And our 3rd bedroom has all the stuff that used to live in the garage. Because our garage has the crates that Dinosaur Park lives in. And they a lot of space. Yeah. That's the downside of crating things, is that they're open to dust. Because the way they're designed, we can't like put plastic sheeting down or anything, or like inside of it. I suppose we could put plastic sheeting over all the crates, but that's a bit crazy. Overkill.
So they actually make a material here, and it's sold in like the lawn and garden areas of every place, but it's called like a floating row cover for plants. So basically it's like the thickness of, like, say, tissue paper or something, but it's durable. It's like a polyester, but it's super lightweight. There's like no weight to it. But I've seen a lot of people buy that material and then they're able to, just drape it and cover stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I was saying, our displays live in the garage.
Maybe I'll grab some of that today, and we can I can do like a video. on how to do like long-term storage. I usually
That's good.
wrap my stuff. I either keep it in totes or I wrap it in saran wrap.
Well, we have 3 displays. Dinosaur Park is crated, so it doesn't have any like wrap or anything like that. No plastic down, so it gets really dusty.
Yeah, I can.
The Minecraft display is packed down into crates. Husband really want in plastic tubs.
Mm-hmm.
When I say crates, plastic crates. He really wants them to be put into like built shipping crates, like but smaller than what we currently have. What we currently have is hilarious. When we were building them, I'm pretty sure our neighbors are like, "What the hell's going on over there?" And then the next thing they know, there's these big, large coffin-shaped things going out the garage door. Because they're like the length of a human being and they're like wide enough to accommodate, you know, comfortably a human being inside
You're
them.
definitely getting some look on those things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I was like, it's not what it looks like. They're just shipping crates. Oh, and yeah, so husband's Minecraft is in plastic tubs, and he wants to build shipping crates because like it takes a lot of time to assemble. Because we do so many shows in a year, like probably about 5 or so, usually 4 or 5 at the minimum.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always, you know, traveling. Like it's not like let's go to a show around the corner. It's, you know, hours and hours of travel. So you need things packed up properly.
Yeah.
And the longer you take having to set up, that means that you're tired for the next day. You know, you've been on a long trip, you've traveled a long way, and then, you know, you've got to spend, you know, 7 hours setting up. That's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
It's better to have it all set up and just do some, you know, minimal changes or whatever you like to do. And then the Micropolis is packed up. It's all plastic wrapped in cardboard boxes, which, you know, have come by the way of Lego boxes. Lego boxes come in handy. The only upside to being like the deputy Lego ambassador is that I quite often get a lot of our lugs deliveries. So when the boxes are empty of the contents, I have leftover boxes that I can use, and it's a nice free collection of boxes to reuse.
Yeah, heavy duty boxes at that. So
yeah. I know that the boxes that we got for with Bug Bulk one year were really heavy duty.
Yep.
Reused a couple of those. They come in handy.
You know, one thing I totally missed a couple days ago was the Voltron is coming out on August 1st.
Yes. I knew that because my husband's been waiting, you know, like, when's it coming out? When's it coming out? I want it now. I want it now. Twitchy eye.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be available for early VIP access on July 23rd.
Oh, God, don't tell me that. Shh, don't tell him. He doesn't need to know that.
Yeah, that's just like, what, 5 weeks away now?
That is not far away.
Yeah. So I was like looking at the July calendar. There are actually 2 early VIP access sets coming out in July.
What's the second one?
I don't know what the second one is.
Maybe it's that Harry Potter set we were talking about earlier. Or was that a direct-to-consumer one?
Sorry, I went and grabbed this calendar.
That's okay. I accept your apology. I can't.
July 18th through the 31st. There's one coming out, and then Voltron early access is July 23rd. So yeah, maybe it is the Harry Potter set on the 20th or the 18th.
They've announced the other ones. Don't know. I guess we will find out. But what's your thoughts on the Bugatti Chiron?
So I think it's cool. I thought the Porsche was cool. I actually think the coolest thing about them is actually the box, the packaging material. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah, I have.
It's really impressive. It's really cool.
It's very schmick.
I mean, I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not a big Technic builder, but I think it's cool. I think it's really expensive.
Oh yeah, it's insanely expensive because of
how much is it over there?
You don't want to know.
Here it's $350.
Yeah, you don't want to know.
Which means it's probably like $500 or $600 over there.
Yeah, you're in the ballpark.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
How much is Ninjago City over there for?
500.
Okay, that's 300 here. So yeah, wow. So actually, Bugatti is like more like 600.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's like cumulative. The higher the sticker price, the higher the difference is.
Yeah.
We do get ripped off in a lot of ways, but there's not much we can do about it because we live so far away from everything. Being an island nation, New Zealand gets it worse because their GST is higher. Their prices are more expensive as a general rule. But yeah, I can appreciate the Bugatti. I'm not much of a car person. We have the Speed Champions version. It's ace. There's too many stickers.
Actually, I have. Right. Oh, look at there.
Look, you've got a Bugatti.
I have one. And I actually was able to pick it up on sale for $9.99.
Oh, sweet. Bargain too. But the only difference is the coloring there. Like the expensive one is dark blue and blue.
Yeah.
That one is blue and black.
Yep.
But other than that, I called the colors on it even before the leaked images. I said it was going to be dark blue and blue. Nobody believed me. Hey, I called the friend Skyrail too.
Yeah. One thing I like about the new Arctic sets, well, I was a big Arctic set when they first came out. I like those. The thing I like about the new ones, though, is that color scheme, the earth blue, the dark blue with the dark azure, is just, it just makes them pop. It's just, they're awesome.
Oh yeah, definitely. And they've been putting a lot more effort into the color palettes, I think.
Yeah.
And playability. The playability this year is really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm no kid, but yeah, playability.
Yeah, Lego is they've really outdone themselves this year. I mean, the new sets, the quality of the sets coming out, the diversity of the sets coming out is just, it's crazy because it's like, I want all of it. And you're like, I got to pick and choose here. It's tough. So,
yeah.
Luckily, I mean, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and luckily, I guess good or bad, I mean, I haven't been overly impressed with the Star Wars stuff coming out this year. I've bought like 2 of the new solo sets, and I've already parted them out because I'm like,
Yeah. I'm not a Star Wars fan, despite the fact that there's Star Wars behind me. That's husband.
Yeah, I see that Millennium Falcon you're trying to hide now.
Like, what Millennium Falcon? There's also an X-Wing starfighter down there.
Is that a Desert Skiff and an ATV right there next to you? And look at you! You have a whole shelf of some good and classic Star Wars.
2 shelves.
2 shelves. Oh yeah, I see the X-Wing down there.
There's like microfighters as well. Yeah, that's not even all of them. Yeah, my hubby, he collects all the micro fighters because, you know, they're within our price range.
Yep.
But, yeah, I let him get the X-Wing and the Millennium Falcon one year. Any other Star Wars that we've got beyond the micro fighters belongs to the child and it ends up in pieces. It's like, you touch it. They're not designed to be played with. They're designed to look pretty. too many fragile pieces for child hands. So yeah.
Now, did you ever get buildable figures?
No, we didn't fall down that rabbit hole. We fell down the briquettes rabbit hole though.
When the buildable figures first came out, I'm like, oh, these are really cool. These are going to be really awesome collectors. And so the first wave of them that they came out with, I bought one of each of them. I'm like, these are really neat. And then I built the first one, and I'm like, this is just stupid. This is dumb. It's
like, why did I spend good money on this?
I know. I mean, I'd like to just take them back now and just be like, I'll just exchange them for something else. But, you know, they're still in the box. I've never even opened them. I mean, they probably wouldn't take them back now because they don't want them either.
No. Well, it'll probably be something so unpopular at some point in time in the future. They'll be so bad that they'll be good.
Yeah.
Yep. You might be waiting a few decades.
Yeah, it's like looking at the elf sets. So the elves came out in 2015, and I remember the first wave of them because I'm like, oh, these are kind of cool. They're neat. I hate the mini dolls, and I like the colors and I like the whimsical nature of them and everything. But I didn't buy any of those first three sets. And one of them was that lavender dragon. And if you get a chance, look on Bricklink. So when the lavender dragon came out, it was $40, and now that thing is like selling for hundreds. And it's like,
I have 3 of the dragons. I have the big, like the queen dragon.
Yep.
I have there's like a dark blue and azure little dragon from
the water dragon.
Hang on, okay. Not grabbing the big ones, but this little one.
Oh, yep. That one came out just last year.
Well, yes, it's quite recent. Don't pop your joints. And I've got the Goblin King's dragon, which is
the green one.
This green colored one.
Yes.
It's very cool. And yeah, I won't grab the really big one because it won't come down in one piece, I don't think. But yeah, I kind of wish that I had collected all the dragons, but I'm kind of glad that I didn't because that would have been expensive.
Yeah. So I've got all of the dragons except for that lavender dragon, and I could just kick myself for not getting it now because I really like them. I think they're really cool. They're fun.
Yeah. Your only hope is to trip over in a yard sale.
Yeah.
You only want the dragon, right? Not the whole set.
Yeah, I just want the dragon.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Is like everyone that bought those sets really only wanted the dragon. Yep. Like that was the focal point of the set. Everything else in the set was like not that great.
Yeah, I mean it's just.
Hey, comparing it to a dragon. Dragons are cool.
Dragons are very cool. Some of the earlier Ninjago dragons are very cool.
Yes, I will agree. I refuse to fall down the Ninjago looking back and getting older sets trap.
My computer is going to restart in about 20 minutes.
Woohoo! Well, maybe we should wrap this up and say goodbye.
Crap. No, I don't want to do updates now. I can't postpone updates any longer.
Do you want to just wrap this up and finish?
Yeah, we might as well.
It's probably safer.
Well,
It's been fun though.
Great visiting with you. Yes, we need to start doing this more often.
Yeah, it'd be good. Like, I feel like I've done so many live streams today though. This is my third.
Oh my god. One.
I didn't plan it, it just happens.
Wow.
I did one yesterday, and then Timmy's gonna expect me on Sunday, and I might just be like, "Oh, I'm so tired. Maybe not." I might be. I don't feel well. No, it's been fun. It's nice to sit and chat and not feel like we've got a massive audience watching us.
Yes, it does. All right, well, I will let you go. You can go to bed and get up so you can do more live streams tomorrow.
Yeah, and I've got that Lego show to go to too. So
oh yeah.
It's going to be a busy day.
You can do some Instagram live streaming from there.
Yeah, I could if I wanted to actually promote the show. This is a show from the other lug. But I do have some friends in the other lug. It's a long story. I'll tell you it one day.
Okay. All right. I'll chat with you later.
All right. See ya.
Bye.